What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's the end of the world. I had a lot of shit to say, but I don't have it anymore. What's new in the world? Okay, the president owes me 200, uh, about $200,000 plus. You know, what are you doing in the quarantine? All right, that's what I want to know. Electricity bills going up, STD bills going up. Uh, the liquor store runs going up. They said the liquor store was closed, but I can assure you that is not true. And I'm all about discouraging fake news from surfacing on our social media platforms, so I can assure you that, uh, yes, the liquor stores are open. All right. So, good news. Good news out of all of this. Got past you. 35,000 people were rescued in the sex trafficking, I don't know, sting? That's what you call it? I don't know. They were rescued, all right? In multiple states, all right? That's what's going on right now. Let me tell you about that. That's not really going to hit headlines. I can assure you. Um, and it's on purpose. They want to keep this under wraps until some of the big wigs come out. It's gonna break your heart. 2020 is gonna break your heart. If you thought it broke your heart now, just wait until you go to listen to some of your favorite music, watch some of your favorite shows, and it's gonna have some evil people attached to it that you didn't know. It's gonna happen. It's happening. All right. So 35,000 people rescued. A great deal of them are in New York. Okay. There's a lot of tunnels in New York. All right. Perfect for trafficking, and even more things that we will hear about. Hear about underground inhabitants, which, when you think about a world that can only really house about 10 billion people, you say, well, you know what? Underground looks nice. Living on top of the water looks nice, or even underwater. Living in the sky, we got to make room for people. Danielle, Hannibal, I'm doing well. How are you? And thank you for asking. I'm not doing well. I'm doing okay. Fact of the matter is, like, my okay is better than a lot of people's great, because I've learned how to survive. I'm feeling miserable, being miserable, and feeling like a piece of shit, and being a low life, and being a bottom feeder. I've mastered all of those things, and guess what? I can't even kill me. I tried. Check the record. I tried. But look at me, still here. I'm the cockroach. I'm a cockroach among humans. All right. Yeah, you're hot shit now, but when you die off, I'll still be here. Look at me. I'm the master of surviving. You know what I'm saying? I come out in the kitchen when nobody else is around. That's a cockroach. I'm a cockroach among people. I just said that. You know. This video has been brought to you by Sunny Delight. If you don't have anything else to drink, drink it. Fuck. Sunny Delight. News. That's pledging the blood of Jesus. We are polar opposites. I can assure you that. I don't care to see blood right now, I'll tell you that much. Unless it's in a fist fight. Then again, churches are closed, I believe, so I bet everybody's dying to get up in there. Even myself, with all this social distancing and quarantine, throw me in a church. I put on some pastels. We talking light, what we talking, peach? We talking peach. We talking lavender. Throw me in there. I don't know. If I ever go to church, it's for the beautiful music, the great energy, and the fat asses. I'm sorry, I'm not built for a society like this, so I tell it how it is. But anything that you believe in that gives you life, I couldn't possibly speak down on it, or else I would be the devil. Just doesn't make sense to me. And with the amount of bitterness, the amount of pain, the amount of depression, suicidal tendencies that I've experienced for the life of me, I don't want to make anybody else feel miserable. But here I am. Always a good time to spread my gospel. And I'll tell you how the rest of your life is going to go. Alright, so don't think it will happen this year, but we get a little introduction. So, universal income. Alright, where's that going to come from? You'll see. Tune in. Universal income. Alright. I'm sure you notice all of a sudden America has $2 trillion. It's no coincidence. There are rumblings. There are rumblings. Some might say that the Federal Reserve is no more. Some might say America has bankrupted the Federal Reserve. Some might say that America has taken the place of the Federal Reserve by offering credit, like the Federal Reserve did, to all 186 countries. I believe that is the number. How did it happen? You will hear more of it, but just know, and Donald Trump has been doing these briefings. I haven't been seeing any of the old seals, the old Federal Reserve seals. I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence, alright? Maybe the coronavirus got everything fucked up. But I'll tell you one thing, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. So, I hope my voice is in your head when you start to see more and more odd things. You thought March it was gonna peak. Oh fucking no. How many times has it been 80 degrees in Maryland, DC area and all that? No. It hasn't peaked yet. You start to get little rumblings, a little article here, breaking news here, but nothing really shaking up the world. Okay, Kobe Bryant dying. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. When you talk about Epstein, you talk about Harvey Weinstein, just know there were a lot of people affiliated with them that you love. They just didn't get the same label yet, but it's coming. Harvey Weinstein, such a powerful guy in Hollywood, so big. Who are his best friends? Point out all of his best friends, and I tell you that they were also involved. I'm not trying to say too much, but the fact of the matter is, they will also pay. Okay? And, gotta spoon feed the people. There's, maybe I'm just paranoid, but, you hit people with the right amount of breaking news, it can really shatter the world. And it will, very soon, or else I'll disappear. Because I couldn't deal with the blowback of me having such bold claims and to be completely wrong. The signs are everywhere, people. Alright? The sex trafficking arrests are at an all-time high since 2018. Since 2017, it took a dramatic leap. Alright? Some people may tie that to Donald Trump. You know what? Before he was even president, he said that was his thing. And guess what? People getting arrested for sex trafficking? That sounds like a good thing to me. When you think about innocent people just living their fucking lives, being taken away from their families, and people getting arrested for that, and those people being rescued, the people being kidnapped being rescued, doesn't that sound like a good thing to you? Of course CNN would not report that. Of course they wouldn't. Everybody laughs at this guy, Donald Trump, this tangerine looking ass motherfucker, when he says fake news. Has it not been proven? Has it not been proven that a lot of this popular media, or you call it mainstream media if you want, has been proven, to be uh, fiction, a work of fiction. Look, I ain't even going to that because the fact of the matter is, I won't even speak on cognitive dissonance, but paradigm is fixated towards the television. We pledge loyalty, we pledge allegiance, and anything that the media presents as true, we believe it, and guess what? And now you have 2020 where not only do the conspiracy theorists collect their awards, they well, no, not they, but you get mind fucked because of it, and guess what? You can never be the same. So people you ever looked at as sheep, just being herded along to the slaughter, they have a chance at awakening. Things you never imagined. This is the year for it. So if there was ever a time in your life where you abandon the things in your life that matter to you, the dreams and all that shit, it's time to pick it up. Alright? It's time to pick it up. For multiple reasons, and I will not speak on some of the more controversial ones, but, well, I mean, some of you have more time. And if you're anything like my brother, who may or may not be tuning in, Dion, well, it says Dion is watching. You get to know what it's like to not have a boss breathing down your fucking neck. Alright? You get to be an honorable man. You get to be a great man. A man who means well. Who done saved some people. Hoes included. You get to experience what it's like to not have somebody over you. And look, surprise, you're doing the right thing. Surprise, you're getting the job done. Alright? So, like I said many times, because of this circumstance, there is a boom in the job market. And there will be, work from home job market, and there will be. That's the future. For somebody who's been like obsessed with that for, I don't know, years, man, a long time, 7 years or so. This is very good to see a lot of people, even a lot of people who get to do nothing. Trust me. That is beautiful. People who get to do nothing and get paid as if they were doing something. That's beautiful. It's going to change the paradigm. And guess what? You cannot go back. You can't go back to what was, all right? And that's a beautiful sign of the times for my black people, with all the suffering that we've encountered, all the suffering that you've been through, all of the suffering your ancestors been through. Look at you. Getting paid to do jack shit. You could jerk off, have yourself a little sex, drink in the morning, whatever it is. Things that would otherwise seem to be destructive, but guess what? It's liberty. That's true liberty. When you say give me liberty or give me death, you know what I'm saying? You're choosing autonomy over, again, for lack of better phraseology, somebody breathing and sweating down your goddamn neck. Micromanaging you, beating their chest because guess what? They beat you in the race to manager before you did, okay? Congrats. Get you a couple extra dollars just to beat your fucking chest, and you don't own jack shit. You don't own a goddamn thing. It's a sign of the times. I beat myself up about it, but you know what? So the fuck what? Alright, and what do I beat myself up about? Okay, if you got a couple extra dollars, invest in companies that are with the shit for the time being. It's going to go back up. Alright. This is what makes millionaires. This is what makes billionaires. Warren Buffett spoke about it all the time. He was responsible for the last market crash. Shh. Don't say shit. Don't say shit. Don't talk about how Warren Buffett caused the last crash. I mean, the last crash in the market. Let's not speak about that. This sweet old man. Let's not do that. He gives a lot of tangible advice, a lot of advice that you can use to capitalize on a time like this. But even still, Make no mistake about it, he was responsible for the last crash. All right. I mean, when you have money like that, what can you say? You own a lot of things. All right. He's somebody. I mean, I haven't even heard from him at a time like this, but I would imagine he's somebody who's licking his chops. He already made actions. All right. He already made moves. All right. His thing is make at least one right move per year, and that's what sets him over the top. But even still, can't hate on him, can't call him evil. That's one of the richest men in the world because the things that he laid out is very practical. You know what I'm saying? If you ever played that game that was on computers, at least the tycoon thing, you open up a goddamn amusement park and sell cotton candy, popcorn, shit like that. Figure out how to turn a profit. It's really no different. I was doing good for myself, and you know what? Coronavirus hit, and I've been listening to these Donald Trump briefings ever so frequently, and I can tell you that anybody listen to me, let me just say that they have extended many things, and you need to check it out because the qualifications in the past aren't the qualifications now. So the qualifications for unemployment has changed for this moment. It has been extended to freelancers, people who just don't have a lot of work. Sounds like they're trying to give it away. And I'll speak on that in the future as more things start to develop so I can connect those dots for you. But make no mistake about it. If ever you wanted to compare this to martial law, and I'm a big conspiracy theorist and things like that. It has the look of it. It has the feel of it. But a big difference is when you talk about martial law, when that was happening in, let's say, Nazi Germany, shout out to Viktor Frankl, rest in peace, man's search for meaning. They weren't getting paid to not be at work, all right? They were getting put into an incinerator. They were being burned. They were being murdered. They were being taken away from their families. And luckily, from what I can see, that is not happening right now. People are being freed. Again, there's something going on behind the scenes that you just couldn't even possibly imagine right now, and they need that room. Just like New York needed those ships randomly. Why did they need those ships? I'll speak on that later. Maybe not in this video, but just know that there are some people who have nothing to do with the coronavirus that will be on that ship. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What the fuck was I talking about earlier? 25, 35,000 people being rescued in the sex trafficking sting? Wait a minute. Could they be going on that ship from New York? There are underground tunnels there, right? Oh, wait, hold up. There's a lot going on. Please do not speak on this. Don't speak on this because people aren't even possibly ready for this, all right? This is the shit that the news isn't even going to tell you yet. But it's one thing that I realize about the news is that the news speaks on shit just too late. When you think it's a development, it's already been going on for how long? Oh, let's see. Yeah, very interesting times. And also, I'm very excited the fact that I can say some off the wall shit. And guess what? You won't even just toss it away because guess what? How has your 2020 been going? Right? It's off the fucking wall. It's going to be the craziest year of your life. And although I think it may be very much unsustainable for the ante to keep being upped, what you saw thus far isn't even the craziest shit. Just wait on it. Just trust me on this one. If I'm wrong, you won't hear from me ever again. I will cut this fucking social media off. I don't give a shit. But this year is the year where the craziest things happen. I mean, just the craziest, man. And seeing as that this is the year where the craziest things happen, what are the craziest things for you that could happen in a good way? And so I would encourage anybody, whatever the answer is, to just work towards it, But what's the thing that's troubling for me is that I know that this year is going to turn out fine. I find myself being impatient. As somebody who likes to stay in the house and shoot the shit. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, that's more so my thing because it's cold a lot. But weather's supposed to kick up. I want to go outside. I want to go outside and go to the basketball court and be athletic. It won't last forever. It simply it simply will not. So and the reason why I've been listening to Donald Trump speak, a lot of people can't stand his voice. It's because he's a double speaker. All right, he's a double speaker. You getting exclusive shit from me, okay? He may say one thing, but it means another. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, yeah, I'm about to go up the street. I'm about to go up the street and get a couple Oreos. You know what I'm saying? In street language, I'm getting a couple O's. I'm getting a couple ounces. I'm moving it. That's how Donald Trump is talking. He's talking about a silent enemy. He's not even talking about the coronavirus. That's all I'm going to say about that. He's not talking about the coronavirus. He's not, because he's too definite. And I know what you would say, I mean, plenty of fools out there will present themselves as definite. I know the answers. I know that this guy is a chess player. His son is a chess player. I mean, he's a multi-level chess player. All right, he's double speaking for a reason. He's speaking to somebody who's working on the other side of evil. Somebody who is working for the people. And if you think my claims are too far-fetched, just ask more. Just ask more. Or ask for more, all right? A lot of you people, the reason why I'm even talking about this is because a lot of you people have a great deal of uncertainty at this time. You don't know what's going to happen. So much so that you don't really understand all of the good things that are actually taking place. And I know that I must sound like a fucking coon to say this shit. For a black man like myself, to even try to see a guy like Donald Trump as somebody who may possibly be on the side of the good guys, I must sound like a fucking coon. I must sound like a Kanye West. I understand that. And if you want to know how I made that particular connection, even though he's definitely got his hands dirty, he is a wolf, just reach out to me. I'm not going to talk about that right here. There's not too many things that I want to. There's actually a lot of things that I want to speak on, but that I won't, just because it's a timing thing and I don't know how things will unfold. I don't know how things will turn out. Anyway, shout out to my beautiful people. Let's see. We got Nihao, who's a very beautiful person for reasons that I will not even say. It's up to her. We got Tough Luck Hard Body, aka they call him Chuck. It's my man, my brother from high school. Always kept it real, straight out of New York. Working on his body, looking good, You love to see it. You know what I'm saying? Gotta praise people while they here. That's what I believe in. Making everybody a celebrity. Especially because how this year may go. Now, boy, if this year goes how I expect it to go, you will never look at celebrities the same. You will look at them with a great deal of cynicism, and guess what? It is very much needed. And I say guess what a lot because I like to add a little razzle dazzle. That's the black version of a razzle dazzle, If you ever want to become accustomed, you just say guess what, because people are like, oh, I don't know what to guess because he didn't give me any fucking options. I don't know where to go. What's up, Brandy? What's going on? All the way from, let me say, Louisiana. I don't know. I'm guessing. But, Yes. So, this is the year where you allow yourself to see all of the many shakeups that may happen. All right? This is the year. All right? You open yourself up to the bad, you open yourself up to the good, but you can't go back to who you once was. All right? Congratulations. All right? This is the year where you double down, you immerse yourself in the things that really matter to you. All those things you said you wanted to do, oh, look at you. You got the energy now, don't you? But you don't really want it now, do you? I don't know. Maybe if you did, you wouldn't be looking at an ugly soul like me, an ugly person like me. Now, would you? I don't know. Fact of the matter is, you've been owed something. You've been owed many of things, but not at the least, you've been owed the truth. And I don't want to make a fool out of myself, but I think that the truth will be delivered to you. And many other things you didn't know you needed, but you will have. I just can't believe I couldn't see this coming. I was too consumed. Too consumed by the circumstances, too consumed by myself, too consumed by, hey, do I want to be here? Do I not want to be here? Do I want to off my top? Do I want to, I don't know, live out my life? Do the right thing, be a father? A lot of things a person has to balance when he tries to go in this life. People say, oh, stay woke, stay woke. It's a fucking commitment. You never hear me say stay woke. It's a fucking commitment. The shit that I learned back in 2012 alone, which is coming to fruition now, was enough to make me consider hanging myself. And if I inevitably kill myself, I should have did it back then, because I knew that the shit was happening, and I knew that I didn't want to bring a child into this world. But guess what? There are many wars going on that you probably never stop to think about, alright? And the greatest one is spiritual warfare. So when you see things happen, unfold through the media, maybe even in front of you, you never realize how it's really affecting you on a spiritual level. Also, you never really stop to think about how you are lacking from a spiritual aspect, man. It's real scary shit, man. And I tell you, man, because through a great deal of bad trips, I realized my mortality. I thought I was young. I thought I lived forever, but I experienced my mortality. I experienced what it's like to feel like you're all alone and nobody can save you but you. By the way, every time I talk about save you, who's going to save you? One of my 11 books, new book coming out soon. I said it was going to be out by the end of May. Who knows? Maybe, possibly. I have the content. Who's going to save you? Go to my cover photo. Check the link. Very inexpensive. Read from the worst author of all fucking time. The guy who just won't paint his words up and tell you how beautiful the sun is on a hot day. Because guess what? You're not really thinking about the sun. You may be thinking about avoiding that shit. You might be thinking about the sundresses. You may be thinking about getting to the pool. You may be thinking about going into the fucking house where it's 66, 67 degrees, which is optimal for sleeping. The summer fucks me up every time. The heat hits my black ass and I just go in and I go sleep. Good times. I find it very ironic that 80 degrees kills the coronavirus, and where the fuck I am, and a lot of you are, it just won't hit 80 degrees for some reason. Bitch, I thought it was spring. I really thought it was spring. Like, come on now, spring on 80 degrees for a real nigga. Please, help me. But you won't do that. It's cold as shit. I'm angry. I'm trying to go to the pool. I can't go to all-you-can-eat buffets. All-you-can-eat buffets is the best thing of all time, because guess what? You're out here, you call yourself trying to bulk up, trying to gain weight. Go to all-you-can-eat buffet, you eat 5 plates, 10 plates, put yourself in a goddamn coma. Now you can't do that anymore. Now where you go? Where you go? McDonald's? Or my people in Baltimore, McDonald's. McDonald's, yo. Hey. How people in Baltimore talk? You need to go to McDonald's, dog. Fucking, I don't know. But what was I saying? McDonald's, Baltimore. Oh yeah, it's a fucking swimming pool, man. It shit saved my life summer, man. I spent so much time at Cameron Run in Alexandria. Now what? I do have a podcast. What the fuck? Don't ask a question you don't know the answer to. I have a podcast. It's called Flawed and Found with Milo Nowhere. But I must admit, even though some things are original on there, I just take everything from my YouTube page, which is Milo Nowhere, which is not comedy, by the way. It's philosophy. It's philosophy, self-help, whatever, but it's like talking to the realest motherfucker you ever met, who may or may not be me, but it's like doing that. It's like you're talking to that person. I may not be that person. I may be fake as shit. I don't give a fuck. But I speak on what's real to me at the time. That's what matters, alright? So a motherfucker could talk to you on the phone for 3 hours. Guess what? He done wasted so much goddamn content. How many times you been on the phone for an hour or a few hours or so? You say, God damn, I wish I would have wrote that down. Or I'm going to put that in my book. And you never do. You never do. Alright? I'm the guy who do. Who does. Through some weird fucking way. How did I become this person? I don't know. It's just, it's, you know, when you're full of shit and you've been in the car or you're somewhere where you just can't go to the bathroom, you finally get home, right before you hit the toilet, it just starts coming out into anticipation. That's who I am as a writer. That's who I am as a content creator. Alright? You gotta get it out of me, alright? Otherwise it's gonna make me hurt, raise my blood pressure. Don't wanna have a heart attack. That's no good for anybody. It's not good for myself, you know. Family start to worry and shit like that, you know. That's what it is for me to write. I talk about shit. I'm a scab picker, alright? I'm a wolf. I'm a scab. If you ever watch that documentary of the guy who liked to live among wolves, I forgot what it was called, but then he said, one thing that he said was like, you know, these wolves, they will bite me. I had to get stitches. I come back, they pick the stitches off and they lick it, and it heals faster than that. That's what I am, alright? I just rip the stitches off you. I mean, hey, most people gonna hate me for it, you know, but guess what? I'm so used to not being liked, being overlooked, whatever it is. You know, hey, fuck off then. You know what I'm saying? That's what it, you know. Yes. As a great philosopher once said, it is what it is. It is what it is not. Genius. If it's mustard, you can never question if it was ketchup. Unless, of course, it's one of those weird things that they were doing where Shrek came out and they just turned the ketchup green. They turned the mustard to green, and they even turned the relish to green. And I just couldn't figure out how they got so green. You know, what did they do? And it tasted the same. But yes, it is what it is, and here we are, feeble as we are, as tiny as we are, in America at a time like this, and things are unfolding. So many moving parts, so many things are happening that we don't know about. We can only speculate, or we never think about it at all. Why would we think about it if it's out of sight, it's out of mind? But anyway, I want to know, how's your quarantine going? Because it's a bunch of bullshit. As you know, my city, you know, they embarrassed themselves. They got the wharf closed down. The wharf. It is the wharf. And you motherfucker. And I should have known it because I was riding through D.C. and I was like, hey, these motherfuckers don't care. It's fucking 70 of y'all motherfuckers outside not caring about the fucking police. The police don't even care about the fucking police. They just out there, just watching. See it on the block. I'm just like, hey, I know y'all got some phones. I know you, what the fuck is going on? And then y'all get the wharf closed down. We ain't even get the flex. We ain't even get the Trump checks yet. Alright, now where the fuck we gonna go? Did you think about that? Where the seafood gonna come from, huh? You gonna go fishing? You don't even know how to fish. What you gonna fish with? Fucking string and some fucking gum. Never fails. You disappoint me. Alright? But anyway, sauerkraut. So there's this type of fermented sauerkraut that I was hearing about that you use with purple cabbage. Through the fermentation process, it produces a great deal of vitamin C, which is great for fighting illnesses such as the coronavirus. Um, it's a very dramatic number, very steep. One helping, over 50,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Amazing. I think that's enough. Sorry, don't want to use that think word. It's enough to fight off a tooth infection. It's enough to fight off the coronavirus, like I said, the flu, ear infections. We talking about sauerkraut, Brandy. Go and make yourself some sauerkraut, but it's not the conventional type. So help me out with a couple Google searches, maybe even a Twitter search. The fermented sauerkraut with purple cabbage. All right, I don't think that involves any cooking, so maybe perhaps through the fermentation process it becomes soft. I don't know. Don't have me lying, but I was researching this and intrigued with what I found as somebody who is very much a fan of vitamin C. Vitamin C is I don't want to take away from any other vitamin, but I mean, with all of the elements that you face, all of the infections, viruses that you may come in contact with, vitamin C is bae. Vitamin C is legit, okay? Alright. For my vegetarians and vegans, B12, but B12 recycles. You know, you got a great deal of B12 in you. It's going to recycle for the next 20 years. Alright, this is a little lesson. If you don't believe me, go ahead and look it up. Alright. Maybe you don't want to take advice from a guy like me. I don't know. But yeah. At a time like this, whatever's troubling you, you want to deal with it. If you're dealing with a sinus infection, you want to go ahead and first of all, I mean, I don't know if the hospitals or whatever are letting you. I can already tell you. I had something that was worse than the flu, maybe less than a month ago or so. I don't know, and it had me fucked up for a while. And the doctor wouldn't see me. She called me. Very, very young lady, probably 3 years older than me, actually. Interesting, because that's the first doctor who ever tried to give me a hug, so maybe she wants to pipe. But she called me, and she said that she wanted to. In fact, this contradicts what the fuck I just said, but she said she wanted to have over the phone interview, so appointment. And because I was feeling better at the time, I said okay. And she was talking about how she wanted to, eliminate exposure. A lot of old people go into Kaiser Permanente and things like that. So I was with it, but prior to, man, I was extremely sick, and for about 5-6 days, I didn't eat shit, man. And I mean, I had all the symptoms. I mean, it was terrible. It was god awful. I never experienced anything like that. And my whole family had it. And my daughter had a fever of 104.5, and has been brought to my attention by somebody close to me that sounds like a radio station. So my daughter works for 104.5, blazing your favorite jams, 9 songs in a row before the commercial hits. They last about 5 minutes. She was sick, and my stepson was sick, and my baby mama was sick, and my roommate was sick, and we had the coronavirus, I'm pretty sure. But getting better. I took steam and hot showers every day, retained the water, it became baths, and I'm treated like a sauna multiple times a day, just trying to get it out of me, not eating anything, Got around to playing Dragon Ball Z, and that's when shit got real interesting. This video has been brought to you by Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, man. I tell you what. I started playing that bitch, playing against Vegeta. Trying to fight Vegeta. He was kicking my ass, but you know what? I started sweating. And I smelled death come out of me. It was like I took a penicillin. You know what I'm saying? And just like, boy, I smelled awful. Never knew I could smell that bad, I tell you what. I need to take my hygiene more seriously after a time like that, you know what I'm saying? Can't get caught smelling like that ever again. I won't have any girls. Or I won't have any women, I should say. I don't know. I found myself briefly envisioning what it would be like to have the ideal quarantine. I'm jealous some people actually have that, you know. Oh, you just stay in the house all day. Maybe you got food delivered to you. Oh, you got the shrimp. You got the shrimp with the salmon. You got the fettuccine or whatever it is. You got some good smokes. You got some good drinks. Just fucking enjoying it, man. Oh, maybe you got some passive income coming in, which is the case for a lot of you people. Or my people working at MGM, you got them. Woo! We got them passive checks coming in next 3-4 months. Just straight chilling, jerking off at home, doing nothing. As big as I am on discipline, man, please enjoy it. Enjoy it. I'm fucking happy. I'm glad you motherfuckers don't have to wake up in the morning just like, oh shit, fucking balls is just a straight bitch. Little dick ass nigga, man. Then you eat the worst food, get a heart attack on a Monday morning. Monday is the day that most people have heart attacks. Look it up. Let's just see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Monday is that day. Alright? After a weekend of partying, trying to forget about work, congratulations. You gotta wake up Monday morning. Can't even brush your teeth because you woke up kind of late. Beer on the breath. You stop at McDonald's or motherfucking... Where you go? Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. And you get the most unhealthiest thing with some sugar attached to it. And you get yourself a heart attack. What can I say? It really happens like that. Should have stayed hydrated and also, you know, stay pretty level-headed. That's not the life for me, alright? I made a pact with myself. I made a secret pact for myself that before it ever got to the fucking point where I just completely hated my life and still forced myself to fucking do things that make me hate my life even more, I'm just gonna fucking off my top, alright? If I don't off my top, then I'm just gonna fucking quit and just be a cockroach some more. For real, what? I don't know what I'm responding to, so for real, what? But if you're asking me, I'm just gonna say yes. Alright? If I pass something off as truth, and you ask for real, then yes, the answer is yes. I don't have to manipulate anybody. I don't have to lie to anybody. I don't give a fuck. You think I care if somebody wanna fuck me? You think I care if somebody attracted to me? You know what? Fuck all. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I spend too much time talking to myself. Think about if somebody want to come approach me, come talk to me. Boy, don't make me get into it. Please don't. On a night like this, man. Like, it's not the night, alright? Yes. For real. If I said it, it's for real. Alright? I'm not trying to lead people astray. I don't turn the camera on me just so I could talk a bunch of fake shit. I try to talk some real shit. Everybody ain't with it. Shout out to my brother Brahim. They try to say black men can't be good fathers, but you know what? You're gonna prove them wrong 10 times out of fucking 5. Shut them dumbass motherfuckers up, alright? We already know that there's a system put in place to take black men out of their fucking homes. Look at us. We in our fucking daughters' lives. Making these motherfuckers look real stupid. Making a lot of people look real fucking stupid. Even people who look like us. Trying to enforce white supremacy. Trying to say, oh, black men can't even do their fucking thing. No, I didn't say heart attacks only happen on Monday. Most heart attacks happen on Monday. And I don't believe that you were doubting me. I don't believe that, Brandy. You know we here. You know we got a good connection. You already know. You know, always good to see you. Always good to see that you're alive and all that. Good to see that you kicking. But the most heart attacks take place on Monday. So obviously, a great deal of heart attacks have something to do with your diet. Another has something to do with stress. So when poor diet meets stress and probably not a lot of sleep, you know, heart attacks happen. And I'm still fearful about it. But because of my fear, It led me to educating myself on the topic. Words from Brahim Carmichael. The world can only change when you show them and share that positive energy. That is true. It takes a lot out of a person to be the bigger man in spite of what they try to press upon you. When you got the eyes on you, when you go to the Goodwill, you go to the thrift store, and people look at you like you're some fucking crook. But you don't be trying to steal from nobody. You don't steal at all. But everybody eyes want to be on you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to paint this negative picture about you. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I double down on my AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English, which means I'm going to be black, which means I'm going to talk the way that I want to fucking talk. You can try to paint me out to be somebody who's not articulate. Do it if you fucking want. But guess what? I'm going to be me, alright? And I'm not going to change for the sake of what society may say this is what you need to be. Because when I look around, everybody's stealing our fucking culture. Everybody's stealing our language. Everybody trying to steal our swag, but they can't, alright? Because it's something that you inherit, alright? You can't just learn this type of fucking swag. You can't just speak on the fly the way I'm fucking speaking. Have this type of swag. At the drop of a fucking dime, you could go ahead and hurt somebody's feelings by firing their ass up. And in this area, we call it joning, but the rest of the world, they call it roasting because they got no fucking swag. You know what I'm saying? But we going to do things the way that we see fit, and we not going to get ourselves caught into the game, caught into the mouse trap, because we know that fucking black people, black men, we gotta think 10, 15 steps ahead, because you already know they're trying to put us into the fucking cell. If you don't believe me, look up the 13th Amendment. All men are free, unless, of course, they are in captivity. Okay, so if you're in a jail cell, and by the way, a lot of prisons have to pay a fine for not meeting a certain level of occupancy. Naturally, they want to keep the black men in there, be slaves, put together clothes for goddamn Macy's or whatever hell it is, get paid 90 cents an hour, okay? Design motherfucking license plates for the MVA, or it might be the DMV, wherever you are. That's how we get caught in the trick bag, okay? It's a lot of things that will enable us to find ourselves in the system. Just so happen that somebody like myself find a way to maneuver in and out. You know, I'm not a saint. I mean well, but I've done some bad things in the past, and I should have found myself in jail. I had some cuffs on me a couple of times, but you know what? I found a way to talk myself out of them. What can I say? Without even snitching. Just snitch on myself and act like, you know, hey, what I'm doing ain't no real crime, officer. It's just some fucking weed. You know what I'm saying? Just smoking a little dope. And now you little young motherfuckers can smoke dope in peace. You go outside right now, go smoke weed in front of a goddamn police officer, and even in the place where they say weed ain't legal, they ain't gonna lock you up. Alright? It's from people, I won't even say like me, but it's from people who are out there taking those risks. My thoughts on the stock market right now is very simple. Is that if you have the money, buy into some of these companies right now. So, what are some of these companies? Some of these companies that you predict that will last beyond a circumstance like this. So, I don't know. If Verizon is down, go ahead and buy into Verizon. If Walmart even, go ahead and buy into Walmart. Anything in the tech fields, you go ahead and buy into them. Whenever the market crash, this is the time that you collect. And as I've learned, when everybody's panicking, you get happy. When everybody's happy, panic. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's panicking right now. So you gotta look at those things that will give you some type of returns. All right. So and that's not even where my focus is right now. So maybe I'm off with that, but I had the knowledge for so long that it's just innate. I mean, look around. I mean, check your Cash App stocks, wherever you buy stocks at. Everything's down right now. It's gonna bounce right up. You know, it's going to go back up. So at a time like this, where a lot of the things you're already invested in is going down, just keep investing more into it. It sounds counterproductive, but when that shit bounce back up, you like, okay, I bought this at a $2 a share or so. Now it's at $25 a share. Okay, and also because I seen it at as high as it was at $125 a share. Then you start to clean up. So at a time like this, yeah, then you invest in damn, I'm drawing a blank, but these air services and things like that, Yeah, do not sell at a time like this. Ugh. Do not sell at a time like this. Panic causes people to sell at a time like this. When we talk about Madam C.J. Walker, it's a very interesting time. She became a millionaire during the Spanish flu, which was about 102 years ago, where it ended or so. Maybe it started in 1917. She came up during the Spanish flu. How many people died? 50 to 150 million people. All right, so there's a lot of opportunity when things are going to shit. What did she sell? Did she sell hair products, I believe? Uh-oh. Hair products. Uh-oh. Everybody not getting their fucking hair done. Non-essential. Non-essential. If you thought people was hopping all over fucking toilet paper, line up everybody on your friends list right now. Every woman on your friends list right now. See what they looking like. They probably about ready for some of that weave right now. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got some new growth. I mean, the weave is practically falling out. You know what I'm saying? So, that may be something to invest in. To all my people who like to do hair, you know what I'm saying? Expect a few calls. You know what I'm saying? People, hey, they looking dusty. They looking dusty. They looking like me. Yeah, so at a time like this, I say that this is the year for introverts. This is the year for patience. If you never had patience, a year in your life, a day in your life, a second in your life, this is the time. This is the time because I even be telling this to myself that, I know things are gonna turn out right, but I gotta get through this moment right here. Gotta get through this moment right here. And I don't know all of what's to come. And I'm tapped in with a lot of powerful people who can see where the world is going from this point. But the key factor will always be patience. Because if you're not patient, then you do things that will hurt your progress, that will stunt your growth, and that will ensure that when things go back to normal, things for you will go back to normal. And for the people who capitalize on a time like this, who may or may not be me, when things go back to normal, they're going to be on top. But guess what? And I won't say too much. There will be a new normal. Or you probably wouldn't even call it normal. You call that a shakeup. It's a complete shakeup to your paradigm. Alright? And let me just also plant the seed without saying any names. If the media tries to paint somebody, if the media is trying to paint somebody as stupid, try to paint themselves as crazy, trying to debunk them all the time, you should probably listen to them. So, without saying any names, I'm sure you can think of a few names. A few names that may come to mind. Alright, that's all I'm going to say. Yep. Switch roles. Be a contrarian. I've been a contrarian my whole life, so this kind of comes to me naturally, alright? I remember being a fucking child. Being very extremely young. It's probably the reason why I didn't get skipped, and just thinking like, alright, everybody in class is doing this, I'm gonna do that. Y'all focused on history. It's funny. Oh, Trump question mark up. Don't burn me. Don't burn me. But if you want to hear some potential inside information, I may be that guy for you. Don't try to tie me to Trump. I done said some positive things about him on here. Don't make me do it. All right. You be hearing words from somebody who's not very much of an American. It's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, folks. You've been lied to for far too long. One of the greatest rewards that you could get for such a time like this is to get the truth. And if the people that I'm affiliated with are speaking any truth, and I've been affiliated with a lot of people, a lot of powerful people, a lot of hackers, a lot of people who try to bring the truth to light, got murdered, then you're going to see a lot of things that's really going to fuck you up. What's up, fam? What's going on with you? What's going on with you, Mr. Ray? Another good man just showing his face, just, presenting himself. Can't do nothing but respect it. Can't do nothing but respect my people, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for giving me your attention on a Sunday night. But yeah, man, with the couple of groups that I'm affiliated with and used to be affiliated with, we have collected enough information to tell you that there is a lot going on right now that it hasn't been spoken about in the media for obvious reasons, because everyone hasn't gone down for their atrocities to this world. A lot of people haven't been addressed by what's to happen, what is going on. But like I said, tens of thousands of people have been rescued in sex trafficking operations and stings, which was Donald Trump's plan from the start. And it's been happening. And I just don't really know how you can look past that. And I'm telling you right now, and this was news yesterday and perhaps the day before, 35,000 people. But what you're not hearing is who's responsible for this. Now, when you hear about all these people missing, you never really think about like who's benefiting from this. Oh, you see organs missing, you see, body parts missing from these missing people. But like, who's funding this? It's very profitable business. Who's funding this? And you will find out. I'm not going to give you that answer. I'm not going to give you that answer right now. Just know that your heart will break. If your heart was broken when Kobe Bryant died, just imagine what's going to fucking happen. Alright? They give you a little, just a little taste of something, a little sample. Okay, R. Kelly's going down. Bill Cosby's going down. Harvey Weinstein. Jeffrey Epstein is his name. You hear those names, like, oh yeah. Some of the things may shake you up, but there's gonna be some fucking names to come out that are affiliated with these people that's gonna fucking just you may even think about committing suicide. You ain't gonna be in your right mind. You ain't even gonna stop to think like, damn, why the fuck am I gonna commit suicide over these motherfuckers I never even met? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Hopefully you aren't stupid enough to tattoo them on your body like I am. We'll see how it turns out. I'm just saying. Interesting thing when we talk about the NWO, since you brought it up. And for years, even though I try to give myself a form of cognitive dissonance, I knew that this shit was going to happen. But alas, at the finish line, we needed a photo finish. And what is the collective paradigm among the people that I've been speaking to recently? Our side is looking to take the lead at the final second. So let's break it down. How many powerful people have gone down since Donald Trump took the office? I'm not making this about Donald Trump, but just Let's just speak on it. How many powerful people? Look it up. How many sex trafficking arrests have happened since Donald Trump took office? Okay? It's going to keep happening, my friends, because there are a lot of people tied to this. If you thought Harvey Weinstein was alone, guess again. If you think Jeffrey Epstein was alone, please guess again. Please guess again. Because you have a guy, you have a woman named Ellen DeGeneres whose background is of Jeffrey Epstein's island. So why is that? Why can Ellen DeGeneres get away with putting together a montage of kids touching people in inappropriate places? Pizzagate. There you go. There you go. That's right. Pizzagate. A very, how do I put this? A very complex yet in your face scenario that we are dealing with right now that I'm trying to convince myself has come to a head. I like to speak out against people with very little faith, and I found myself with very little faith of my own. I never thought that these evil people would pay for the things that they have done, and well, looks like it's happening. Everybody go to YouTube and make this one word and type in Pizzagate. And have your fucking ears fucked. Have your eyes fucked. Have your whole paradigm fucked. Lose your attachment to these celebrities, man, as hard as it is. Even myself, when it comes to music, I've been exposing myself to people who may be affiliated to this Pizzagate thing. Just because I know that when the word comes out, I'm going to be starting over. I'm going to be trying to ask the person right beside me, hey, you know how to sing a tune? Because shit's really going to hit the fucking fan. Can't believe that we may be alive to see this shit. A lot of big things are supposed to happen. And the reason why I'm not speaking on it in its entirety is because it's so drastic that I couldn't even wrap my head around it. Sometimes when I think about it, I space out and get to a place of derealization, depersonalization. It's crazy. Yes, it is coming. The truth is coming to light. They call it the Great Awakening, and goddamn people who were sheepish last week, goddamn it, if they don't have some fucking fangs about them. That's where we are. I talk like this because I understand the amount of people who have been lied to. The amount of people who have been spoon-fed a bunch of bullshit. And I found that it doesn't matter what type of shit it is. It can come from a cow, a human, or a fucking chicken. If they spoon-feed it to you, you eat it. Alright? And that's what the media's been doing to you. And you need to really pay attention when you hear somebody like Donald Trump just say fake news, and all the news outlets just want to tear them apart for some reason. You know, I don't know. Make no mistake about it. He was one of those guys. He may still be. And it may be one of those situations where he was forced to turn on those people. But the fact of the matter is, what's supposed to happen for the people is going to happen for the people. So earlier I was talking about how it would appear that we are dealing with martial law, but I would argue that it is just a front for something else. This ain't martial law, my friends. In Nazi Germany, you weren't getting paid to stay home, my friends. You weren't getting paid to stay home. Alright? You weren't. You may see military personnel on the street. This time I may actually fool myself into thinking that is for your well-being. Okay? You're getting paid to stay home. Work from home opportunities. Yeah, I believe that too. Work from home opportunities. Time to actually get to know the fucking four walls of, the walls in your place of living. Okay? It takes a lot out of a person to be excited, to be happy for another person. And when I think about how some people, for the first time in their lives, get to feel what it feels like to make money from being at home, it's a very exciting thing to me. I hope you all get to enjoy that shit. I hope you take advantage of it, but I hope you enjoy it. Because, again, these are the sign of the times, okay? Perhaps we all had experience with a boss that we just did not fucking like. Maybe we wanted to kill him. Maybe we wanted to, fight him. Whatever it is, and you just go from that. You go to nothing. You actually get to perfect your craft or get to perfect whatever it is that the job is. You get the shit done. You know what I'm saying? And surprise, you didn't need somebody fucking breathing down your goddamn neck with that shit. You on the front line. Goddamn soldier over here. What are you doing, Brahim? Why are you on the front line? What they got you doing? I'm trying to tear somebody a fucking part, alright? The little things. Oh, God. I just can't stop thinking about the all-you-can-eat buffets that I would just be at right now. And just... not caring about social distancing and just stuffing my face until I fall asleep. Oh, Travell. I'm essential. He's important. Travell's a soldier. What? Travell, you in the Navy? Navy or Air Force? Don't let me get that wrong. Telecommunications. Oh, but they couldn't let you do that from home? Really? Man, tell them motherfuckers you got a goddamn daughter. Yeah. But that's what's up, though, man. Oh. But one thing that a lot of people will find out through a time like this is that they truly are essential. It's just that they haven't been focusing on that. And also they may or may not have been part of a company that hasn't made them feel essential. But you are essential. And I hope the label of non-essential hasn't fucked people over, have them thinking that, they don't matter, because they truly do. And I hope those people who don't feel too high about themselves really take advantage of a time like this. Right, you were in the Army. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that, yeah. And thank you for your service. Speaking of Army Reserve, let's see. Trump has called upon 1 million reserves and active military personnel for a operation that he's not really speaking on because he's speaking in code, and I can tell you that a great deal of them is to bring down some very evil people and I don't know, control the chaos and drug cartels and shit like that. I'm actually find myself to be a bit more mature on the subject of keeping drugs out of our country. That's what's up, man. Well, then go out. Hey, then get it then. Get that man extra. Get that black man extra, alright? And when this shit is all over, you motherfuckers better not forget who was there. Alright? Who was taking those goddamn risks. Alright? They tell you to stay at home, but except for the essential people, you know what I'm saying? But they putting their life at risk and shit like that, They say thank you for your service and all that, You think they're gonna take our weapons? They're not gonna take our weapons. See, that's another part of what they say the martial law is gonna be. It's another telltale sign that this simply is not martial law. We actually walk in a very thin line, though, I will say, but if what I believe about there are actually some powerful people working on our behalf, then I think that it probably won't come to that without another type of warfare. And I don't mean this chemical slash biological warfare that's going on. But whatever it is, just be on your fucking P's and Q's, all right? Because one thing that American media won't tell you about is that soldiers from not soldiers, but not just soldiers, but police officers in other countries have also dropped their guns to form a type of solidarity with the people. Maybe. If I'm right, you don't have to worry about your weapons, my brother. If I'm wrong, well, then we're dealing with a great deal of warfare. But I'm not buying into the panic. I take this panic that's going on right now. It's kind of like the last leg of the elite. Okay? And I can't stress patience enough, because that's what's going to be needed at a time like this. When people are impatient, they do stupid shit. Alright? You see, when it got the wharf closed down, before the Trump checks even came in, can't even get a decent fucking pot of crab legs or whatever that. Whenever people go to the wharf. I never been to the wharf, alright? It's expensive to park. I worked out there in construction. Hopefully they had some good deals. Everybody fucking piling up, nut to butt. Not even caring about the... I knew it. The moment I rode through DC, I was out there on April 1st or whatever. I knew. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't listen to shit. Well, let's definitely hope I am right. Because if I'm wrong, I mean, the opposite of what I think is going to go on is just... Hey, rest in peace. Rest in peace with us all. Get your affairs in order. Get your life insurance, Because shit will hit the fan. But, because truth be told, I mean, we not resting on much. And I would think that because a time like this is so dramatic, so drastic, so very much needed, like, it's action must, there must be action, Action must take place on behalf of the good guys, whatever that means. So let's hope I am right, and I'm not. Some arrogant ass motherfucker called me fucking romantic with the things that I say. And I don't just say things because I want it to be true. I mean, that's just the fucking knowledge that I acquired. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I mean, the signs show that this is becoming a place that's becoming safer for us. As I wash my hands with my left hand, it's becoming a safer place for us. A safer place for our kids. And I said that I didn't want to bring a child into a place like this, and I did anyway. So, very much invested in the affairs of the world and what's happening with from the trafficking aspect, children, and, boys, girls, and women. And it's very important. Stay well, my brother. Thank you for checking in. Reach out to me if you ever feel down or whatever, if you got questions, or, but take care, but that's what I see. I mean, and let's say that I'm right about Trump speaking in code. He says a lot of very definite things, like 2 weeks, painful 2 weeks, or it's going to be over abruptly, and, there's something going on. I mean, even COVID-19 alone sounds like a sting operation, but that's just speculation. So we'll see. And I don't think we have to wait long, because it's going to come to a point where do we go back to normal, or what's normal for us? So, you gotta ask yourself, are you ready to have your world shaken up? Everything you thought you knew presented to you differently. Are you ready to start anew? Actually, with the things that I read that may or may not come, it has given me a sense of hope. So we'll see. And yeah, so stay well.